I'm Florence Band at A3060 and you're into something good. Yeah, look what's this, look, what's the machine?
Woke up this morning feeling fine.
So guys, I've promised this for a while. Here you're looking at my only tumble dryer I've got. It's a Creda Debonair Compact Reversair model 37304. This was originally from Witchwasher 2007, who brought it down when we had our wash-in in October. It's a compact dryer with a 3 kilogram load, enamel painted tub. You've got your filter in there, it's all clean. So what we're going to do now, of course, as you know, last year I started filming dryers again when, I've always said I never would, but I started filming one when I went to the washing at Chris's, the laundry centre. We filmed the Hotpoint Liberator 1701/01. I thought I want to get back to doing this. Fortunately, with these compact dryers, as you see, we have opaque door. So, very boring to do a video like that, and especially my videos have got to be 10 minutes to be uploaded. So as you hear when I do this, machine comes on, etc. as you see there. You got your half heat and high heat, or half and full heat. In that's low heat, that's actually quite powerful for low heat. I'm going to do a load of my martial arts uniform, which has just come out of the Miele on minimum iron 60 from a quick 1300 RPM spin. So we're going to see how that will cope. Now, of course, I can't necessarily just do a video with the door open, mainly because number one, the load will probably come tumbling out into the basket, and two, the amount of lint that is going to be, I mean, from that I won't get much at all, but even still there might still be a bit blowing around the room, and I don't really want to make this room dusty, especially with the plugged-in TV being here and whatnot. So I'm going to try a very cheap method here, but I'm going to see if it works. I've got some cling film here and some Velcro, or some tape. I'm going to try and put some of that over the door, the porthole. And I've got a key here, and I'm just literally just going to jam that in the lock and see if we can get the thing to work the door open. I don't know how it'll work. I'll poke a few holes in the cling film so that there can be some vent holes for air to come out, because these are front venting dryers. That's the only thing. Unlike a White Knight, which would vent out the back. Well, the best thing about this dryer, it's a reversing dryer, which is what I needed, which does actually help dry stuff. I can dry a half load of towels in about 60 minutes. Then that's by doing about 5-10 minutes, well, about 10 minutes of high heat at the start, and then another 10 minutes of it at the end. So altogether 20-minute high heat, and then the rest is all done at medium heat. So we'll see how that goes. If not, I'll just try and run it with the door open. I shouldn't get much from that. It's just I want the load to be able to stay in the machine. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm just going to quickly load the machine up before we do anything. This uses a micro switch at the door. Oh, look what's come out in the wash. The dosing ball. I don't use any dryer sheets or anything. I did use some Asda ones once, and I unfortunately had a very bad experience with them. Yeah, because we used some for letting on bio. For those who saw my post in the washing machine team, that's the load in there. Now I'll show you what would happen if I was to do this without that. We've got a light on this, by the way. So if I was to use the key and say I did that for 40 minutes, that's it going with the door open. You see how that doesn't really stay in? Well, to be honest, I reckon we could if I just kept that in like that. But then that means I've got to lean here and stay like that. Yeah. So you get an idea of how it tumbles. So Creda normally went 70 seconds in one direction and then 70 seconds in the other. This definitely does a lot longer. This does about a minute and a half. That's a key off that moped I had in Australia. I think I had two. That's fine because there's hardly any dust blowing around from this. Normally after I dry this I can normally reuse. So I don't do high heat for this because this is like a very sort of polyester synthetic material or nylon, so it doesn't really work well with high heat. Blimey, does this dryer belt out some heat? It's got a 2 kilowatt heater. If there's anyone that would want this dryer at some point, do let me know. We can arrange a courier to come and get it. See, I can't get that back in now because I am going to give this up once I get a washer. Once I get a washer dryer, I'm going to be giving this dryer up. That might not work that way. See, we'll go the other way. I had a Creda 275 before, if you remember, and that was a unidirectional dryer. We'll have to do something about that. Yeah, so the unidirectional dryer never actually dried properly, simply because it would only go one direction, ball everything up, and then essentially by balling everything up in one way, it wouldn't really dry anything. So bedding and towels were an issue. See, it balls it up slightly, but then by the time it does, yeah, untangled it. Very quiet though, but it has quite a bit of a bang when it starts up because the capacitor's quite powerful on this. It smells lovely though. That's for letting on Bio and Morrison's Savers conditioner. Oh, and the white stain remover powder too. Probably will take that out again, won't it? Can keep my hand there, so we just keep everything in. Slight bit of dust flying around, you might be able to see. Not much. I'll probably pop that out again. I already feel like starting to dry though, to be honest. I normally know you would have this filter basically in front of it, like that. So that's kind of how I wanted to do it. I kind of want to have that on there, held in, so you can see it. Just like that. Pretty warm that is, to be honest. Okay, so I've sort of developed a botch sort of device. So I've just velcroed the filter to the... It just mainly to catch any lint and stop everything coming out. So let's sort of see a better way how that works. I'll just switch on to the main light. Oh, that's too bad. Nice. You just mainly see how that tumbles. We've got 40 minutes to go. Now you won't be able to notice that I will just quickly flick the high switch. So now you will get quite a bit of heat coming out. I only briefly ball everything up, as you see now. and then we reverse. Then normally what I do is say, cut that off. So it's trying to come out, but it worked. Oh, I've got to add that bloody thing there. But it's velcroed in, so it'll be on there quite strong. There's quite a lot of heat coming off that. It does do a very good job, to be honest. But I will do videos of this drying under things now that we got that idea on there. Very relaxing this dryer to watch and listen, and it does warm the room nicely, especially now with this not being such a humid load. I know you're probably laughing for the way I've done that. Normally it collects in there, as you see. I'm going to take this apart one day though and vacuum the inside. I can use it like that now. The only thing is that if it catches lint on that, then it will basically throw it back out onto the clothes. It does do very good though. See, I just like watching dryers and being able to see what they do inside. But yeah, as I was going to say earlier, if anyone is interested in having this dryer as a normal dryer or for their collection, just let me know. If you're a member of the Service Wash group on Facebook or anything, just let me know. But if not, or you're following me on Instagram, just let me know. But yeah, if you're on here, just drop a message. I'm selling it for about £25–30. So we'll just see. Washer Lad 2014 was meant to be taking it. Annie was meant to be taking my other washer dryer that doesn't work, but I'm afraid that washer dryer is probably going to be scrapped. As for this though, I do want it to kind of go to a collector because it came from a collector and it is, you know, a Tube Investments Creda. That's what TI means Tube Investments. So this machine would match the washing machines from like the Creda. This matches my Creda Debonair spin dryer I've got, but it matched the washing machines from the like Creda Debonair Micron, the Debonair Sprint, Supertron, Concord models. It matches those slant fascia 17,000 series. Oh, trying to come out. Let's push that back in, because that's not really stuck on properly. But it makes for having very soft fluffy towels. what we'll do, I'll pause this and we'll come back to when we're doing the cool down. We're going the other way now. It's good because it keeps everything spread out. Bloody lights there. On the dial. The dial advances in stages of 5 minutes, and really the pointer is there, not at the top. Right, on the last 10-minute cooldown now, so it's where the dryer basically switches off the heater, but continues just to use the blower fan to blow cool air in. It cools down the actual dryer itself, and it makes the garments easier to handle. There were dryers of like the 1940s and the 1950s. I don't know if that happened in the UK, but I know in America there was one called the Parnell Auto Dry. No, yeah, I think, or not Parnell, Laundrol, I think it was, or something. And apparently it made clothes so hot you couldn't touch them afterwards. So I can feel that just by touching that, that's actually all completely dry, really. It smells amazing in there. It's a very good dry. It's not actually as loud as, I don't know if the camera's picking it up as being louder, but it's actually quite quiet. I sit it on a towel, as you can see down there, to pick up any dust and to absorb some of the vibration. So I will do more loads in this. I'll just try and see if there's something. If anyone can give me an idea of what I could put around this door as a viewing screen, maybe, what I could use. And what we could have is the mesh filter on the other side. It just catches everything. Yeah, but we could try and replicate that. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let the machine tumble that out and tumble it into the basket. It might twist things up a bit, but earlier on I got my work uniform tumble out of this straight into the basket. Let's see if we can do it with this. It's like those machines in China or Japan, well, around the world actually, that tumble the laundry out and they push it. They basically pull your, they tilt forward and tip the laundry out. It won't work, so I'll put it back in there, untangle everything. Ready? Let's leave the machine to continue. Do one more reverse. There you go. Spreads everything out as you see. Do stop the dryer there, just take that out and unload. So there you go, that's the Creda Debonair Compact Reversair Compact Dryer model 37304 from November 1986 we dated it, so it was literally just a few months younger than the Hotpoint 9530, 9530A. So a little bit of an update, guys. The Casata's going to do one more video tomorrow, I think we'll do, and then or I don't know when, and then I'm going to bring the 9530W back in, and this weekend, April, will be the last month of that machine operating in the house until the quarantine ban is lifted and we're allowed to travel again. Luke Skelding is actually taking most of the machine. He's taking the drum out, so I don't know if Kai Grant needs any. Kai Grant 1234. Kai might need some parts for his machines. I'm taking the fascia, drawer, dial buttons, all the both lid and cabinet trims, and possibly the motor if it's okay. That's got brand new carbon brushes in. So there we go. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so we'll have that machine back here. I'll just do video after video after video of that machine, keep that going. And yes, we'll trial her out with all the same detergents that we put the Miele through. Oh, we'll do the Miele with Laville. I've got plenty of washing in that basket there. I've saved up, so we'll see how that goes. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I know it's not the best setup for it, but hey ho, it's what I could give you from a compact dryer with no window. Maybe in the future one day I'll get a white night compact and we'll get a better one. but when I sell this I'll be freeing up space for maybe a hi-fi system there to go. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow.